Hey, I wanted to start this thing here for the Prepared Homestead community exclusively. Not that it's a big deal, I know, but it is a picture. I want to give you maybe some insights into our daily work, any lessons learned. So what this is going to be is a video log, and it's probably just going to be me. So we're going to call this Sean's vlog. Okay, so if this interests you, then you'll be able to watch it. I don't plan on setting up a big thing here. It's not going to have an intro and an outro and music and all that like our podcast. I want it to be easy to do and upload so that there could be some insights into our week, our day, or whatever. If there's a particular thing that strikes me as a lesson learned, I'm going to give it to you guys. So I want it to be simple, something I can upload really easily. And so look on the TPH community. Well, actually, if you found this, then you found it. So it should be apparent to you. And for our maiden voyage here on video log, I want to give you a couple of lessons learned that I have received in the last couple days. And both of these have to do with having relationships with friends, with family, with customers. And so this is applicable for business, and it's obviously applicable just for our everyday lives. So in both of these instances that I'm going to give you do pertain to business and how it worked out. So okay, here's the first one. The first one is a customer that we have. We do on-farm processing, so we process poultry, we process turkeys and ducks and chickens and rabbits and geese for customers. Okay, so we obviously do it for ourselves for meat, and we do that pretty extensively throughout the year. We also obviously process our own goats and our own sheep. Not our own pigs yet, hoping to get to that this year. But we'll see, because we also have customers, so we want to make sure that portion is really nice for them. Obviously, we don't care as much. We want to do a good job, and we do. We're getting better. But for customers, we do poultry processing, and part of that is all the rules and regulations that I'm not going to get into today on doing that kind of thing. All right, so we can legally process poultry for ourselves and others, and there's also a way that I can do that and be able to sell directly to consumers, on farm sales and even restaurant sales, for example, if we were willing to go through certain inspections. But as it is now, because I don't want to do that, because the Department of making me sad all the time makes me sad. But then when I walk out and I ignore them, I'm happy again. So it's all good. But no, I'm just kidding. We're not breaking the law over here. But we have to play the game, and we have to play around the rules by, if we do sell meat, so we sell chicken, for example, we sell live animals, same thing with pork. This is perfectly legal, and this is a common way to do it, but we sell them a live animal, and then we, as a courtesy, we might bring, for example, a pig to the custom processor. Then they would pick it up, pay for the processing, all above board, all legit. And it's the same thing with a chicken, for example. So I can sell a live animal, chicken, to a customer totally legally, and as a courtesy process for them and do that. Well, okay, so I just went down a rabbit trail that I didn't need to go down. But okay, so what I'm talking about here is a customer who is doing, we process birds for her. Okay, and that's her birds that she uses for her own meat. So totally legal. And so we've done this many times with this particular customer. We've done turkeys and chickens and ducks, and they hatch out their own animals and things. So we work with them quite a bit. And we've kind of developed a relationship a little bit over time. So, we're on friendly terms. They're practically neighbors. They only live a few miles away. They like the work that we do. They're very appreciative and we're very fair back and forth. Well, she came and dropped off some chickens. Yesterday, we did some processing for her and for ourselves. In fact, what she got is a bunch of free chickens, and this happens a lot. And you should watch out for this. The people, their layers are no longer productive, and they don't have the heart to process them, so they give them away. This happens quite a bit, actually. So she picked them up and then contacted me and said, "Hey, do you want half of these? Maybe we can work out a trade." And I said, "Sure. I tell you what, let's go. I'll process them all, and you give me a very nominal fee just for the bags, and we'll shrink wrap them for you, make them real nice, just to help us cover the bags, and we'll split them." And she's like, "Perfect. That sounds great." So she did, and she brought them over, and so we processed whatever it was, 13 chickens, split them in half, and off they go. She's happy, we're happy. She said, "Oh, by the way, I have to tell you," and I'm telling you something that's embarrassing. I really am, but that's okay. I'm gonna give this to you, to the TPH community. She said, "One of the turkeys you guys processed last fall still had the crop in it." Okay. If you don't know what the crop is the area that's just like a sack on the neck of poultry, where they take in hard grains and seeds, and it helps it break down over time and digest, and then it gets digested down. Okay, and you have to remove that from a chicken or a turkey or a duck or things like that. Well, apparently we missed one. All right, this was totally embarrassing. I'm just like, "Oh, I am so sorry." She's like, No, don't worry about it. It was no big deal. Now, just so you know, there's no like health hazard there. It's just undigested grains that are in a crop, and it's just more of a mess than anything else. So she's like, "No, it was no big deal. I'm just letting you know." And what we, even though it was embarrassing, we have to think about that and look at that and go, you know what? Number one, I'm appreciative that she actually brought it to our attention. Some people might have said, "Oh, I can't believe that. I'm never going back there." Okay, so one is being thankful that a customer would tell you when something's wrong like that, so you can fix it. And by the way, that spurred us on, like, well, we got to be extra careful to check to make sure that we're removing crops and tracheas and different little things like that can get stuck in there. Okay, so that was a great lesson. But the thing is that what we have done with her is built up value over time through this relationship, this customer relationship. That type of thing to her was not that big of a deal, and she was just going to let us know. And she's obviously still coming to us, because she's already made arrangements to come to our next processing with more birds. Okay, but without a personal relationship with customers, that doesn't happen. She just goes somewhere else. Okay, so that's the first insight there. Second, a friend tried to join TPH community and was unable to do it. He wasn't able to do it, and there was problems with the functioning of the website through PayPal and all that kind of stuff. And instead of just going, "Well, okay, forget it, it didn't work," he contacted us and let us know, "Hey, I just want to let you guys know that I've been trying to do this and it's not happening." And so we ended up being able to work with him over time to figure this out and troubleshoot. And that was great, because we wouldn't have known. In fact, we didn't know. And in fact, I'm sure other people tried to join the community and were unable, and we're just like, "Okay, we'll forget it." Okay, and I don't blame them, because I probably would have done the same thing in many cases. But because of personal relationships through friends or customers, that these things we were able to work through them. So those are two valuable insights that just hit me over this last few days that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so if you let us know if this video log is something that you're interested in, we will continue to do it and put it up maybe 2, 3, 4 times a week. I don't know. Because we're making it simple and easy to upload, we might do it. All right? Take care.